Hi there, time for another Match Attax 2016-17 video. This time we're going to do a video of every single card. Quite a few cards in here that some of you may never have seen. It can only be obtained from other parts of Europe. Some signed cards, some special cards, the Platinum Limited Edition cards, Master card, regional cards. All of the cards are available. We have managed to now complete the entire set. It's taken a lot of time and effort, but we finally managed to do it. What we've done, because we've got all of those cards, rather than put the books in the actual binders that come, we put them in these Ultra Pro covers, so that means that we can put every single card for each collection together, so it all completes properly. So we'll have a quick look at what we've got. We won't pay too much attention to the base cards, because obviously I'm sure a lot of you have seen those. When we get to Man and Matches, limited editions and what have you, we'll obviously have a talk through those. So if we start here with the main collection, obviously you can see we've kept the front pages and the back page, which shows you the checklist of all the teams, and then goes through to away kits, assist kings, game changers, set piece specialists, freestylers, Man of the Matches, 100 club legends, 100 clubs tactic cards. You can see there's some pictures of the limited edition card, but they don't actually feature on the list, but obviously we'll show you those. So if we start here with Bournemouth, and then Arsenal. So we can just turn it around, try and get rid of a bit of that reflection there. That looks a bit better. So they have Arsenal, Burnley. Obviously we've got every card. Each team has a star player. Turns out that more often the star player is a striker, which obviously makes sense, as the strikers are the ones that get most of the attention. So then we've got Crystal Palace. You've got Caard as their star player, who again, probably one of their top goal scorers, I'd have thought. And Balassi. And Lukaku, obviously just recently moved to Man United for what was a world record fee, reportedly, but obviously now with Neymar going yesterday, it's about £100 million off the world record fee. And Leicester. And obviously Leicester at this point were the reigning champions. And we've got Liverpool, Manchester City, again another club who have spent well over £200 million in the last month or so, and rumours have it that there may well be a player or two still to come in. Manchester United, again reasonably big spending this summer, obviously with Lukaku at somewhere between 75 and 90 million pound. That on its own is a pretty big investment. Obviously Ibrahimovic there as the star player has obviously left the club, so they needed to replace them. We've got Middlesbrough, Southampton, and then Stoke, and then I've got Arnautovic as their star player, recently moved to West Ham for £20 million, which seems quite a lot, but judging on what other players are going for, £20 million for anybody these days is relatively cheap. And Sunderland, with Defoe again, moved on to Bournemouth. Obviously Sunderland relegated, so Defoe moving back to Bournemouth about 20 years after he was last there on loan. Swansea, with Sigurdsson again reportedly off somewhere for big money. Tottenham, again don't think they've done any transfer business yet. Obviously moving into a new stadium, going to be playing at Wembley next season as well. Harry Kane, top scorer for the season, as their star player. And Watford, West Brom, West Ham. Obviously Pyatt as their star player, obviously went in January, didn't seem to be very happy at West Ham. And we have all the away kit cards. Now the away kit cards are the same player as, or the player that features have the same stats. Obviously they just appear in different kits, obviously one per team, just to show the away kit pictures. And then we have assist kings. We have Mesut Ozil, James Milner, David Silva and Tadic. And then we have 4 game changer cards. There's Hazard, Rooney, Defoe and Dele Alli. Then we have set piece specialists for Sigurdsson, Eriksson, Dini and Pyatt. And then they have freestyler cards for Sanchez, Deulofeu, Mahrez and Firmino. Deulofeu has recently gone back to Barcelona, who had a clause in there so they could buy him back for about £11 million, which I think they've taken up. And we've got man of the match cards there. We've got obviously Bournemouth, Arsenal and Burnley, Chelsea, Crystal Palace and Everton, Hull, Leicester and Liverpool, Man City, Man United and Middlesbrough, Southampton, Stoke and Sunderland. Bit of a red and white kit overload on that page. Then we have Swansea, Tottenham and Watford, and then finally West Brom and West Ham. Then you have the 100 Club Legends. You can see they, for each year, oh no, on the next page, for each year of the last 10 years that they've done Match Attax cards. We've got the 100 Club, we've got Gerrard for 2008, Torres 2009 and 2010, Rooney for 2011, Bale for 2012, Van Persie for 2013 and 2014, and then we've got Sturridge and Hazard. Then we have the 400 clubs for this season. We've got Lloris as goalie, Stones as defender, Pogba as midfielder, and then Vardy as striker. And we've also got here a couple of error cards. You can see where they should have the gold print down the sides, they've missed those off, so they've also gone through the machine when the ink's run out, so they're pretty cool error cards as well. And we have the tactic cards, referee, agent, home advantage, stat swap, injury and possession. Obviously they're crucial cards for when you play in the tournament. Here we have the preview trophy cards. They were released in the Match of the Day magazine back in September, a week or two before the actual cards were released. And then we have the legend cards. These were available in Tesco's packs only, and also I think in some of the Nordic packs, obviously in countries like Norway and that sort of area. So we have Ian Wright, Frank Lampard, Andrew Johnson, Ferguson, Giovanni and Agger, Tevez, Solskjaer and Juninho. Then we have Letitia, Delap and Phillips, Michu, King, Guerra and Di Canio, and a couple more of the Match of the Day trophy cards just to fill up a couple of spaces. Then we have the Pro 11 code cards. Obviously there were 32 different ones of these, and obviously you enter the code to unlock players online at topsfootball.co.uk, and then when you do that, if you play and you come in the top 1,000 point scorers each week, Tops would then send you the corresponding Pro 11 card dependent upon which one you selected for the week. There was also Pro 11 code cards for the limited editions, which you can see here as well. And then they have Mega Tin cards, which are only available in the Mega Tins. There are 45 of these, I believe. So you get 15. There were 3 variations of the Mega Tin, and you got 15 in one, 15 in the other, and 15 in the other. So here we've got Arta, Ramsey and me, Terry, Baines and Davis, Sturridge, Toure and Rooney, Gibson, Rangel, Rose, Dini, Foster and Noble, Ibe, Bellerin and Batshuayi, Wickham, Holgate and Robertson. Gray, Iheanacho and Shaw. Obviously Gray and Iheanacho are now going to be teammates at Leicester unless Andre Gray gets a move. Fisher, Ward-Prowse and Butland. Watmore, Ali and Byram. Ozil, Vokes and Azpilicueta. Cabaye, Musa and Firmino. Silva, Memphis and Tadic. Cameron, Khazri and Sigurdsson. And finally Ericsson, Barami and Fletcher for the international stars. Then we have the limited editions. There's 8 variations of these. We get gold, silver and bronze. We like to get 3, so we like to have 1 set, and obviously the boys like to ultimately maybe so they could split them up into a set each. We try and get 3, not always possible because some of them are pretty rare. But there we've got gold, silver and bronze for Harry Kane. Gold, silver and bronze for Coutinho. Gold, silver and bronze for Aguero. Willian, again gold, silver and bronze, only 1 of each of the cards there. And Shaqiri, gold, silver and bronze. Martial in gold, silver and bronze. Payet, again gold, silver, obviously the silver Payet and the bronze Payet, the silver Payet, and on the next page is the silver Wilshere. These are the hardest ones to get hold of this year, but we've got gold, silver and bronze for Wilshere. And then onto the platinum cards, and you can see we've got Harry Kane, which was limited to only 124 being released, so that's a pretty rare card. Then we have the Kante, which I believe is limited to around about 160, and you can see we've got 2 of those in there as well. And then we've got Daniel Sturridge. With trades and deals we managed to get hold of a few of these, so you can see we've got for those, which is PLE 2. And we've got some error cards. You can see Leroy Fer, and you can see it just on the left hand side. You can see on some of the pictures, on this one you can see not quite so much of his hand, so it's been described as potentially an error card. And then we have the Bonnie error card as well. I think the stats were the wrong way around, 78 and 48 on the other cards, but this one's got 47 and 78 the correct way round. Obviously he would be better at striking than defending, but obviously those cards have been corrected. So then we've got the Pro 11 cards. Obviously we explained before about how to win these with the codes and playing online. There's a set of 32, so here we have Boric, Monreal and Cazorla, Arfield, Cahill and Oscar, Zaha, Barkley and Kone. And we've got Snodgrass, Drinkwater and Okazaki, Lovren, Milner and Otamendi, De Bruyne, Darmian and Rooney, Downing, Bertrand and Long, Bojan, Walters and Barini, Taylor, Cork and Walker. Obviously Walker, £50 million move to Man City very recently. Eric Dyer, Watson and Foster. And then we have Lanzini and Carroll for West Ham. Then we have a MasterCard. These can only be won at the Tops events by beating one of the Masters, so it's a pretty cool card. Again, I'd say fairly limited in number. I'd say probably less than 100 of those cards, so they're pretty rare. And then by attending one of the 5 or 6 swap and play tours, again you get to compete against other players in regional championship or world championship, and as part of that, if you get through and lose one of your early rounds, you get the bronze card. If you manage to make the semi-finals, you get the silver regional finalist card, and then if you're actually the winner, you get the 2017 championships regional championship card. Again, I think that's probably limited to about 6 or 7 or perhaps 8, so definitely not very many of those, so that is definitely one of the rarest cards in the collection. And then moving on to the extra set, again obviously we kept the inserts from the binder so we could see again what appears in here, but obviously we've got all the squad update cards, managers, new signings, more man of the matches, extra boost cards. They are players who are already in the main set, but because they've done well during the season, they've had somewhere between 3 and 5 added to their stat, and then stars of the season, hat-trick heroes, 100 club, Premier League legends, and 2016-17 magic moments. Again, so what we'll do, we won't spend too much time going through the base cards, because again, I'm sure you've seen those. These are obviously all the update cards. We'll just show you the cards so you can have a look at what they are. Because a lot of these players had been at the clubs previously. Some of them would have been bought in January, but some of them may just not have been included previously. Obviously Clichy and Delph and Fernando would both have been, well, would all have been at Man City, and again a good number of these were already there but just not included in the initial 18. The reason they would have been included now is they would have obviously been partaking or playing more regularly than perhaps would have been expected at the start of the season. So there's all the update cards. There's 70 of those altogether. These are the boost cards, and like I say, these, you can see the gold figures there are stats, all that have been boosted by somewhere between 3 and 5, dependent upon how well they've been performing during the season. Obviously these players all would have been contributing so far, or well, would have contributed in 2016-17 season. Then we have the managers, obviously Howe, Wenger and Dyche, Conte, Allardyce and Koeman, Silva, Ranieri and Klopp, Guardiola, Mourinho, Karanka, Puel, Hughes and Moyes, Clement, Pochettino and Mazzari, and Pulis and Bilic. And again, also we put these cards in here because if you look on here, you can see all of TP being visible there, and on these ones you can see just the T, so there's obviously been some sort of printing error. You can see it's a lot darker on here, so whether there was just a problem with the print or something, but you can definitely see a noticeable difference in that as well. You can see it beginning to happen here. You can see all the TP and quite noticeably darker, but again we put those in just as possibly error cards. Then we have the 25-year legend card. We've got Shearer, Rooney and Cole, Lampard, Henry and Giggs, Barry, James, Speed and Heskey. Then we have the new signing cards. Again, I won't spend too much time on these. Obviously we'll just show you who they've included as the new signings. There are quite a few, as these are 25 as you can see. And then we've got magic moment cards, De Bruyne, Antonio and Coutinho, Llorente, Hazard and Fraser. Sorry, I couldn't read that, it was a bit badly reflecting in the light. Hendrick, Mkhitaryan and Giroud, and Dele Alli. And then we've got more man of the match cards for the extra set. These ones, there's 2 per team rather than 3, so we've got Cook, Sermon and Bellerin, Iwobi, Hendrick and Defoe, Luiz, Pedro and Cabai, Benteke, Williams, Gnar, Davis, Maguire and Mahrez, Okazaki, Lovren and Firmino, Jesus, Aguero and Herrera, Pogba, Gibson and Negredo, Forster, Tadic and Grant, Whelan, Pickford and Kone, Sigurdsson, Fur and Lloris, Wanyama, Pereira and Success, Foster, Evans, Noble and finally Ayew. Then we have hat-trick heroes, obviously players that scored hat-trick during the 2016-17 season up to probably about the end of January, I'd have thought, would probably be the cut-off point for this. Lukaku, Sanchez and Vardy, Rondon and Andre Gray. Then we have stars of the season. Again, these were available in the mega tin for the extra set. So we've got Wilshere, Koscielny and Keane, Costa, Zaha and Lukaku, Slimani, Mane and Silva. Obviously there's 15 of these and all 15 would come in each tin. You didn't have to buy 15 different mega tins to get them. De Gea, Van Dijk and Shaqiri, Alderweireld, Capui and Rondon. And then 100 clubs, Sanchez again, we managed to get a few of those, so we put them in here, which is pretty cool as well. And then we've got the limited edition cards. We've got gold, silver and bronze for De Bruyne. Then for Ibrahimovic we've got gold, silver and bronze. And Hazard again, gold, silver and bronze. And then Dele Alli, gold, silver and bronze. Again, the bronze Dele Alli ones are the ones that are really hard to get hold of for this set. And then the platinum card for the extra set, which is PLE3, which is John Stones. You can see obviously the hand signed sticker there as well, so that is a pretty cool card. And again, we've got another MasterCard just to tidy up the album. And then these cards are Nordic exclusive legend cards, like the 25-year legend cards we saw before, but these again are Nordic ones, only available in Nordic countries. We actually managed to get these from Norway. We've got Schmeichel, Riese and Berg. Number 4 we've just done a deal for, so that will be here very soon. Melberg and Lundberg, Pedersen, Gravesen and Carew, Bentner, Gudjonsson, Flo, Solskjaer and Larsen. And obviously these players, obviously because they come from Nordic countries, you might have noticed that they all either play for Sweden or Denmark or Norway or one of those countries, which is why they're exclusive to there. We put a few more spare Pro 11s in here because we want a few extras, not enough to complete a second set, but we just put them in there. And then just a few extra cards we'll show you. Some of you might be aware that by collecting the Pro 11 codes, you can enter the Club Together tournament as well to win a week away at a camp for your football team. And as part of that, you get a training session with a Premiership footballer. We actually won that last year, so we obviously took the boys on a session to meet Eden Hazard. So when we were there, we got this like a pre-release, obviously it was in the middle of August, like a pre-release card. So it's actually an A5 printed sheet, but we've obviously got that signed again by Eden Hazard, which is pretty cool as well. We've also got here a legend card for Ian Wright, again hand signed. You can see there we've got the Topps hologram up there, so that again is a pretty cool card. And then we have a hand signed Alex Iwobi Arsenal badge and a Ben Davies signed A5 card. You can see again there with the hologram. Unfortunately we didn't actually manage to win these, we had to do some deals for them, but very nice to have those in the collection. And then here we have a Riyad Mahrez hand signed card. You can see we've got this in a frame, which we actually won in the raffle at the Leicester Swap and Play, which is pretty cool. So overall we've got a pretty awesome collection. Like I say, the only one card that we're missing, but it's on the way, is the number 4 card from the Nordic set. So overall very happy with that. Never thought we'd actually manage to complete the whole set with all the limited editions and signed cards, but we've actually managed to do that, so it's pretty cool. So please like, subscribe, check out the other videos, and obviously when the new ones come out in September we'll be collecting again. We'll see you soon.